My name is Alex Corker, and I'm a freshman at Northeastern University. However, the start to my college career has been as far from the ordinary as possible. When I got my acceptance letter at Northeastern, I was joy about being accepted to one of my top schools, and confusion about what exactly the NUN program was, and why I was being sent abroad for my first semester of college. At first, I wasn't sure if this was how I wanted to start my college experience, but I knew that Northeastern was the school for me, so after thinking it over for a long time, I decided to give Thessaloniki a shot. The last month of summer before leaving for my 3 month stay in Greece seemed to drag on forever, as all my friends had already gone off to college, and I could not wait to leave as well. However, my last week in the US was one of the hardest weeks of my life, even with my departure for Greece finally in sight. On Saturday, September 7th, a little more than a week before I left, one of my friends, Evan Jones, was found dead in his dorm room at UMass Amherst after suffering from a stroke the night before. Instead of celebrating my last week before school, I was struck by grief at the loss of one of the nicest people I've ever known. The funeral was held a week later, and the very next day, with a heavy heart, I was forced to board a plane for Greece. The beginning of the trip was pretty tough for me, but all the other NUN students were extremely excited and happy to finally be in Greece, and that combined with having to find my way in a new country made it a lot easier. Thessaloniki is a very active and fast-paced city where the drivers are even crazier than back in Boston and just kind of park wherever they want, and the buildings are all covered in graffiti. During the day, we could visit the ruins and historical sites scattered around the city, and then at night we get to see why Thessaloniki has been voted one of the top 10 night cities in the world. After a while, this dirty little city with weird store hours and tons of stray animals began to feel like home, and I started to love Greece. One of the things all NUN students were required to do was to participate in service learning, where we would all volunteer at sites across the city. For my service learning site, I worked at the AG Varvar Soup Kitchen with my friend Stu. The soup kitchen is run out of the basement of a very nice church, and the women who run it are some of the nicest people I've ever met, and were constantly giving me and Stu. They made the place feel like we were there to help prepare a meal for a big family gathering, and that without us they would never have been able to get the job done, even though we just peeled potatoes. What surprised me the most about service learning were the people that we were there to help. I was picturing ragged homeless people, the type that you see begging for change on city streets. Instead, the people who showed up seemed to be completely normal, average people. They were all regular people who, because of the economic crisis in Greece, most likely lost their jobs and were no longer able to afford necessities in life, like food and clothing. This really made me start to appreciate what I have in life and to not take it for granted. Living in Greece has given me the perfect opportunity to travel and explore the world, from the different parts of Greece to other countries. One of the first weekends, we went on a trip to the beautiful beaches of Halkidiki, where we took a boat tour of the monasteries of Mount Athos, and enjoyed the amazing weather the Aegean has to offer. On another group trip, we got the opportunity to walk around the historical site of the Oracle of Delphi, and explore the busy capital of Athens, including the Acropolis and the Parthenon. The slogan for the NUN program is to break out of the ordinary. So four of my friends and I decided to do just that with our own trip to Mount Olympus. Instead of taking the normal 2 days to hike the mountain like everyone else, we decided to hike it in one night and catch the sunrise at the summit of the mountain. After a crazy 5 hours of hiking in the dark, we finally reached the summit, and a short while after that, watched in awe as the sun came up through the clouds. Though making the last-second decision to hike the tallest mountain in Greece, completely unprepared, at night may have been one of the dumbest things I've ever done. Watching that sunrise was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, and the whole trip itself was honestly one of, if not the most amazing experiences of my life. I also had the opportunity to travel outside of Greece. One of my first weekend trips was to Munich in Germany with two of my friends. While we were there, we ate some awesome food and enjoyed one of the manliest cultures out there. They tell us entirely around meat, beer, cars, and sports. We got to see this firsthand when we went to a fire game in soccer. weekend after that was the fall break, which I spent in Italy. Checked out the crazy nightlife in Milan, then explored the beautiful city of Florence, historical sites of Rome, like the Colosseum and the Trevi Fountain. Last trip I went on was to Istanbul in Turkey, where we went shopping in the Grand Bazaar, went to historical Turkish baths, and watched the sunset over the mosques of the city from the convent of nature. Before I left for Greece, I had no idea what to expect for my semester abroad, and even though it did not start out very well, after my time here, all the experiences I have been through have changed who I am, and any new experience has become a huge part of my life. It's getting a little annoying watching boxing sports teams win championships in different countries, so I can't wait to get home to boxing.